It's a beautiful morning here on Mount Olympus. Just starting out the trail. We've gone about half a mile so far. Kind of skip past some of the boring stuff at the start. It's a tough start to a hike. It's immediately steep, but I'm feeling good. It's a warm and cozy February 6th. Doesn't feel like winter at all. It's been a big time drought year this winter. We've gotten hardly any snow at all, especially down here in the valley. So even our big mountains here that are normally covered this time of year have nothing. This trail has no signs that there was any sort of moisture on it in the past month. Now, up towards the top, that will be different. We will be going up through some snow and ice, but it will not be bad compared to what it normally should or would be. I did this trail in April of last year for the first time, so this is my second time doing it, and there was probably more snow on it last April than there will be today, so keep that in mind. This hike is 7.2 miles total, so round trip it's about 4,100 elevation gain, so safe to say that it's a steep trail. As you consider, it's not 4,000 elevation going up 7 miles. That's round trip, so you're really doing 3.5 miles of just straight uphill. And it doesn't help that the top is a total climb, scramble. Taking my first little rest here. We got this beautiful view here of where we're heading up the top there. Still ways to go, but honestly, I'm making great time and feeling so much better than I did the first time I did this. Got a nice spot here to rest and regain some energy. Sitting on like the most ridiculous spot right now, just on the edge of a cliff on a little seat here, but it's pretty comfortable. It's a beautiful day though. I couldn't have picked a better day to come out here. It's so worth getting outside and outdoors, pushing yourself. This, in my opinion, is the toughest part of the hike. Yes, you got the really steep scramble at the end, but those you're usually able to enjoy and have fun with. But these, just going up these really steep, just rocky boulder trails, this is the toughest part of the hike to me, especially since we're in the gully now and we're not really getting the sunlight. It's a lot cooler in here. This area does eventually get warmed up quite a bit. Obviously, as you can tell, there's no mud or sign of moisture in here at all, whereas some of these areas have. There is snow off to the side over there. You can see the sun creeping up to the side of me, but it's quite cool in here. I thought for sure I would have had to let go of my thermal layer here, but I haven't. It's actually still feels pretty good. It's actually been convenient though, because there have been some spots where it would have been real muddy, but it's still frozen. But as the day goes by, likely when I head down, the sun's gonna have all that melted. It'll be a big muddy mess. Just made up a big portion there that was pretty icy, as you can tell. Took a lot of work to get up it. It's pretty clear now. It's not super icy. I didn't have to use my micro spikes yet. The poles did well. You can kind of just scramble between each rock that doesn't have any snow on it. So it's not just complete pure ice that's impossible to walk on. If you have good traction on your shoes, you're fine. All right, so I came around the corner and immediately the snow and ice here looks a lot worse and it's steeper here. So I have put my micro spikes on. They should help me quite a bit. My micro spike literally flipped off my shoe going up the hill here. And to be honest, they're not exactly easy to put on when you can't sit down anywhere. So I'm just rocking one on my right foot right now. But we're almost to the top of this. We're officially back in the sunlight for a while here. So it's really not slick anymore. It's becoming less steep. Also one of my favorite areas of the hike, the area before the ascent. Get a beautiful view of the Cottonwood Mountains and Hughes Canyon. This is one of my favorite spots right here. So beautiful. Oh my gosh. Wow. Even more beautiful than it was last year. Still having all that snow on the mountains. Wow. This is Hughes Canyon here. I need to hike up in there at some point. Olympus is up there. The only thing between us and the top is the final scramble, which looks like it's going to be pretty much dry. View of the Salt Lake over there. It's a pretty day. It's not total clear visibility, but it's a lot better than it has been this winter. I summited the majority of all these peaks here last year. It's a crazy different perspective to look at these peaks from here after last year where I was seeing them from mainly up in those areas. It's almost tough to tell which is which, but I usually know them. One of the last of these big ones I did was Lone Peak right there. I did that in October, late October. I was up in snow. Didn't get to go all the way to the very top of the peak, but it was a tough, beautiful hike. All right, this is the area where it starts to get fun. Let's just start this scramble. Let's see, hike my shadow. And yeah, this is totally dry so far. Not a sign of moisture. I just absolutely shot up that. I don't think I've ever climbed so well before. I was just feeling it. Tough work. Let's try not to cause a rock slide while going up here though. Funny, the last time I did this, I totally went that way or something. This is so much easier than how I went up last time. View there.
Yeah, I'm not going to, but you're fully welcome.
More beautiful views. A little bit more of a scramble coming up here. Big steps. My height gives me an unfair advantage to other people, especially when it comes to going down. Regardless of whether you're tall or not, though, the key is having the flexibility to be able to step up and lunge and come diagonally across steps like these. And it's easy for tall people like me to just be stiff, cramp up, whole hamstring. I do yoga every day, do my stretching, work on mobility. So things like this aren't a problem for me. And it makes all the difference. Almost to the top. Got some more steep terrain coming up. It's a fun area up there, for sure. There we go. Okay. Got ahead of myself. I think it gives the funniest camera angles. It probably just looks like I'm falling non-stop, where the reality is I'm just putting my hand down for some leverage. These are one of the few scramble areas where I feel comfortable recording in one hand like this, because again, I'm not at risk of falling off a cliff. Here's the rest of the scramble. Work our way up it. Alright, so a couple of decisions. I could go straight up in this, or I could go around the side here, go up that. That almost looks easier, so let's go straight forward. Go the hard route. Let's make this fun and record myself. Okay. That's totally the way I went last time, was back up in there, where you just go to the side here. Suddenly it's a lot easier. there. Under the tree. Oh, ow. That was fun. Look how close we are to the top. Look at this view. Oh my gosh. Let's do it. Hopefully there's not a ton of people. There it is. Holy cow. Amazing. Technically that's the summit behind me. All right, let's go hit the summit. Got a really good look at those mountains over there. That peak is Sundial Peak over top of Lake Blanche in there. Coming up there you got Superior and Monte Cristo. And through this basin here, Lake Blanche is down below Sundial somewhere there. Still lots of snow up there. Then you got some unnamed peaks along the ridge there. You got Dromedary right there. You got Sunrise Peak. And then the Broads Fork Twin Peaks right there. And then down in this basin here, that's the Broads Fork basin down there, and to hike up there you go up in through there. So that's Big Cottonwood Canyon that we're looking at. Been on Superior and Monte Cristo. Haven't done Dromedary, Sunrise, or Jepson Folly right there. We'll do those this year though. over this way, and you have the Pfeiffer Horn, one of my favorite peaks. The one next to it might either be an unnamed peak. I believe it's unnamed. Or Chipman or Bighorn, one of the two. I believe Bighorn is closer to Lone Peak. You have North and South Thunder right there. And then I believe this one should be Bighorn. And then you have Lone Peak right over there. Did Lone Peak this year. It's a beautiful perspective on those mountains. Alright, the scramble is done. Made it back down pretty quick, wasn't too bad. Now we just gotta go all the way back down the mountain. We'll get one last look at the beautiful mountain peaks over there. Now that the sun has moved out of the way, I can get some better pictures over there. Alright, well, it is this spot where I will say goodbye here. Thanks for coming along with me. It's been a beautiful day. Beautiful February 7th. Feels like summer. Those gorgeous Cottonwood Mountains. What's going next? Lake Blanche will be the next adventure here in the snow. It's so gorgeous. Sun feels so nice. Just got to make it all the way back down now. Got a lot ahead of me. Got the crampons and the poles ready. We're going to use those for the majority of the way down the ice. And get home and rest and enjoy the rest of the day. Get ready for the next adventure. Peace out.